This is an ESP 8266 and it cost 4 francs. I used it as a game server. So what actually is this thing? This is a microcontroller board. I keep calling it a chip because it's funnier, but technically this little board has a tiny processor, a tiny amount of memory, and just enough storage to run a small program. Compared to a normal computer, this is basically nothing. I do not want to prove that this is secretly powerful. I want to find out what kind of game still works when the server is this limited. Important detail: this chip is not rendering the game. It is not drawing the map. It is not animating enemies. It is not running some giant game engine. That would be stupid. The actual game client runs separately on a normal computer. The client handles all the visuals. This chip handles communication between clients, checks the rules, and stores the game state. The way it works is simple. The player does something in the client. For example, they place a block, log in, shoot, or trigger any event. The client sends that action to the chip. The chip checks the rules and sends an answer back. So instead of the client designing everything by itself, the chip becomes the authority. If the client gets some kind of authority, cheating becomes easy. So the chip has to be the annoying little referee. It decides what is allowed, what changed, and the current game state. But now that's actually it. You can create whatever you want now with these chips. I just wanted to put the idea in the world where you can basically do a lot with these chips, even though the resources are quite short. It's a very small and energy efficient thing you can just buy and install in your network, and you can have like a LAN party with friends and family or stuff. I think that's a pretty neat idea. After doing some research, I've seen no one really do this, so it would be really cool if someone would create like a bigger project around this. I've tried it with this dungeon crawler game, and I think it's nice. A little bit boring, to be honest, but what do you expect from this small of a thing? But there's always a way to make it more efficient and fit more into this little space. That's what the designers back in the day did with these game consoles, like the Nintendo console, I don't know the name. What game would you build on a 4 franc chip? Drop it in the comments.